Hey guys, this is Pratik and you're watching Technocrat. So why am I on YouTube? Like everyone else, even I'm an audience. An audience would love to watch YouTube for hours together. I became a regular audience to YouTube when I got access to internet 4 years ago. At first, like everyone else, even I was exposed to movies and music. By the way, I'm a great music lover. I watched all those movies that I missed out in theaters. And especially I used to love watching comedy shows because it helped me overcome my stress and anxiety at times. It used to be my favorite pastime. All those that I've spoken above is mainstream content. It means you could have watched a movie in a theater, listened to a song on your iPod, or watched a comedy show on your television. But where is the real magic of YouTube? It's when you are able to broadcast yourself. Hundreds of people come up with very beautiful videos for millions of people across the world to watch. The world is your stage. Any talent like singing, dancing, or any other art form can be portrayed in your videos. You can share opinions in your videos. You can document your daily life in daily vlogs. Basically, YouTube is a platform where you upload videos and it stays there forever. It gets documented and archived, and it's basically a video on demand platform where you can watch any video on the go. I feel that the real power of YouTube is when you are able to learn something from it. You can learn a sport, you can learn a music instrument, you can learn how to cook, you can learn anything from the tutorials and as well teach anything. Over the years, I've learned a lot from YouTube. I owe a lot to YouTube. I've learned a lot from the TED Talks that I've watched. I've learned a lot from speeches from those influential personalities and all those interviews that I've missed out on television. I've learned a lot from all these influential persons, so much so that it has completely transformed me as a person. I was a tech enthusiast from my childhood. I always wanted to know how things worked and how to use them in the best possible way so that they can make my life more comfortable. Curiosity and inquisitiveness were inherent. And at the same time, I never had many electronic gadgets from my childhood. I used to borrow them from the people around me. Gradually, as I kept growing up, I got many electronic gadgets and I started tinkering around with them. I never take any electronic gadget for granted because I know life would really get difficult without it. I didn't have access to information because I didn't have internet in my growing ages. My only regret is that maybe if I had access to internet earlier in my life, or maybe I had all these electronic gadgets earlier in my life, maybe I could have learned even more. So gradually, as I kept on getting all these electronic gadgets, I developed a tendency to explain to people how important is it to understand the value of them having with you, and you should even make the optimal use of it. When I try to teach people around me about technology, on how well to use it, I sometimes discover very ridiculous misconceptions. One of them is the higher the megapixel count, the better the camera would capture the pictures. This is a misconception. If I can find many people who are having misconceptions around me, then think about people elsewhere. Companies come up with few marketing strategies in such a way that they capitalize on these misconceptions and they somehow make these people buy their products. Now, how does a company justify that a 24 megapixel camera is better than a 12 megapixel camera? Technically, a 12 megapixel camera can sometimes be better than a 24 megapixel camera, but just because the number is high, almost double, the consumer feels that it's a better camera. In the recent times, we have seen that there is a lot of selfie mania and all the smartphone manufacturers want to target their marketing campaign around this. People eventually end up purchasing some electronic gadgets which don't provide the actual value for money, and they end up making the wrong purchase decisions. I feel the only problem with this is just because they don't have a sound understanding of the specifications of products. People often get trapped in the brand game played by the companies and won't look at the true value that a product is providing to them. On one hand, we have fanboys who are very religious about a few companies and feel that they come up with the best products. And on the other hand, we have few people who believe that technology and electronic gadgets is only for their social status. In fact, I have problem with everyone and everything. Everything concerns me. I've seen a few parents who don't understand the importance of technology and internet in the growing ages of a child. Just out of few lame reasons that he might get addicted to gaming or social media, they deprive them of internet. Maybe eventually, as he grows, he'll have a narrower outlook to this world because he might not be exposed to many of the things that internet might provide to him. Definitely there has to be some parental control, and at the same time I feel that there are far more greater advantages that outweigh the disadvantages that a child might have in his growing ages with internet. And on the flip side, I see many millennials always glued to their smartphones scrolling down news feeds. What they do all day is just post their photos, just look at few posts from their peers and just want to like and comment on them all day. So here no one is to blame. In the past 1 or 2 years, we have seen that there has been a lot of technology adoption, especially in developing countries. So I sometimes even feel that maybe government also has to come up with some initiatives which helps people understand the importance of digital literacy. I am an Indian. I would understand only the sensibilities and sentiments of technology in a developing nation. I feel that this is a very tech savvy nation, and at the same time, the youth here is the fastest technology adapting demographic anywhere in the world. Maybe this is why India is the fastest and largest evolving smartphone market in the world. Now coming back to my association with YouTube, each time I find a channel that has some great and exciting content in it, or I fumble upon a video which gives me a lot of knowledge or provides very good understanding to me, I feel as if I have found a treasure. Even I want this channel to be in the similar way. I do watch a lot of tech YouTubers, but I personally feel that everyone is focusing a lot on technology and electronic gadgets, but what about the societal value it's providing? It's empowering people in endless ways. So I feel that everyone who is very interested in technology or anyone who loves the power of technology should always take an initiative in trying to educate the people around them about the benefits if you use it in the best possible way. Now these people are called technocrats. Technocrat is the one who advocates the use of technology. I have not met many people in person, but they have impacted me in endless ways. They have transformed my understanding. They have just changed my outlook towards this world. All this was possible just because I could see all those speeches and interviews of all these influential people. Now maybe it's my turn to give something back to YouTube. Even I want to impact people just by transforming their understanding about technology and stuff. I just love the power of internet. It has just democratized the information. It has helped people come up with new innovations. It has helped people in learning new stuff. It empowers people in endless ways. Now let me tell you this, even I feel very embarrassing talking to this camera sitting alone in this room, and I feel very strange looking at myself when I edit my own videos, and my voice also sounds very strange to me. I had to learn editing for this. I just had to come up with a random name and it happened to be Technocrat, and I came up with some logo which symbolizes something. I just have to get started. No one's knowledge is complete and no one's understanding is perfect. Your knowledge is limited to what you read or what you get exposed to, and your understanding is most of the times constrained by some sorts of preconceived notions that you make up. So I don't consider myself as someone who knows everything or rather understands everything very well. I just look at myself as someone who is very curious and just wants to learn a lot. Most of the time I'm very compassionate about letting people know that they are missing out on few things on technology. If I want to learn something, I'd rather prefer to listen to someone who is already familiar with it, rather than me going and reading and building up my understanding from scratch. I've seen that this is a tendency with many of my friends, that they prefer listening to facts over reading them. There might sometimes be few discrepancies, or you might have a better viewpoint or understanding than what I provide in the video. So never hesitate to put them down in the comment section below. I always love to listen to and be part of good discussions, because these are the places where you validate what you know, validate your ideas, and most often these are the places where we come up with many new ideas. So I feel comment section would be our meeting ground, and let's make it a good community of very tech savvy people. This is my first video and even I'm new here. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. Maybe you will find some great and exciting content from my channel also. Always believe in science and make the best possible use of technology. I hope to see you in my other videos where you learn something or you understand something. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.